Welcome back, DigiD. So a little bit more Kerbal Space Program 2. And hey, if you find that you're coming back to this channel to watch more and more of this Kerbal Space Program 2 content, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. But let's actually just jump into what we're going to be doing here today. So if you saw in the last video, we did end up building a little bit of a rocket, or I guess a lot of a rocket, to actually fly today. And we're going to be going to the Mun. And I feel like we might have a little bit more fuel than is necessary and might be able to make our way over to Minimus. But we will have to just fly it and see. On a bright Kerbal day like today, the sun is still high in the sky. We got more than enough time to go take a nice flight. So let's go take a look into the VAB real quick and see what we have already going for us. And this is the rocket that we built last time. And you know what? I finally figured out my camera control issues. So I should be able to hold down the middle mouse button and go up and down and scroll, right? Now the issue is that my mouse is a little bit weird. It's supposed to go through a program called Razer Synapsis, and for some reason, the mouse doesn't really pick up well on it anymore. So it messed up my middle mouse button. So my middle mouse button only works as a scroll. It doesn't work as a click anymore. It doesn't work as like a left click. So the issue is that I can't do that and scroll. But I do have a new mouse on the way. It's going to be arriving on Saturday. I said, screw it. I'm just going to buy one for like 30 bucks. Simple enough. I just kind of Amazon Primed it. It'll be here on Saturday. So hopefully at that point, if it'll have different software or just, come through differently, I'll be able to use the middle mouse as, as a left click, which I've had this issue in other games before where it needs the middle mouse, and it's always been kind of a problem. But usually I can change it. In this, I've gone through the controls probably like 10 times at this point, and there's nothing to change specifically that control. So, whew, I'm out of breath. I've been talking way too fast. Let me actually catch up with myself here and take a look at what we actually are building here today. So we have this rocket, and it kind of got a weird angle in here again because I can't use that middle mouse button, but this is what we're working with. Now I have seen a lot of people talk about there could be some cracking. I don't know. I've seen a lot of different like people playing Kerbal Space Program 2 lately, and sometimes their rockets start to get a little funky like this or maybe anything bigger than this, but I say we got to give it a try, and we'll try to get to the Mun regardless. So let's go through our stages real quick. First, we're going to have our side rockets. Our side boosters, our solid fuel motors go off. And then I think I'm going to activate the main engine a little bit later. Hopefully these side ones will be enough to kind of just get us up off of the ground. We'll see. If not, I can just activate the main engine right away. And then throttle that down, because these side boosters don't throttle at all. Once they activate, they're full throttle all the way. So if I throttle down, the main engine will throttle down, so I can work with that. Now, once they run out of fuel, I'm going to detach them, and then I'm going to keep the main rocket going, and then because the next after that runs out, I can detach this. This will probably be our primary, like, travel stage to go to the Mun, and then land on the Mun. And then if we have any fuel left, we can use some of it, maybe, but otherwise, we are going to just detach it and use this main one to get back home. Now, however, I did want to make this bottom stage a little bit of like a satellite or like a relay station, so when I leave it behind, then it can still act as a relay station for other satellites in the future. So what I think I want to do is that if I can do my best to, instead of doing that, where is the decoupler? The coupler is right there, right? So what I think I'm going to do, where's electrical? Here we go. I want to put a couple of batteries. Right. And then let's take a look at our solar panels. I'm losing my voice here as I'm talking. There we go. Mute my mic real quick. I'm sorry. And then, but I think what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put on some solar panels, right? So then that way when we leave it behind, it can actually charge and keep an electrical charge going with those big old batteries. Here we go. Put a couple of pairs on there. Put back on the nose cone. But how is it actually going to communicate? So if we go to communications, what should we put on? That's the question. We could just do a simple little relay like this that can kind of pop out. Is there anything? What if the distances on this? Can I get extra details by pressing shift on these? No, it doesn't seem like it with these. Because before in some of these parts, like if I go to like fuel tanks, or no, if I go to like engines, I press shift on some of these. No, now it doesn't want to do it with me. It's not gonna be nice. Usually when you press shift, it's supposed to open up a extra panel of all the additional information, but no, I think it's just being rude to me. That's alright. So let's take a look at our communications. Now this one looks like it would probably go further. I don't know, it won't give me extra details right now, but I feel like a giant, you know, deployable antenna would probably be best. Now, do I want to put this right up on top? I feel like it'll kind of be too big and deploy into the rocket. I could kind of just put it off to the side. Yeah, there we go. And then, you know what, just for fun, we could just put these on as well. Why not just double it up, right? So it's what they look like when they're deployed. One is facing up. Okay, they're both facing upward. Perfect. That's I don't know if direction matters, but I think it just looks better in that sense to be looking up anyway. But yeah, I think we're kind of set and ready to go. We don't really have anything else to do. Let's actually undeploy these before they break when we lift off. They have batteries. They have relays. That should work as a relay station when we just leave it behind. It should have more than enough power. Those batteries had how much in them? Let's see here. Yeah, 4,000. So they're going to have 8,000 charge. My only worry is if they're going to have enough solar power. So you know what? Just because I am a little worried about that. They are very lightweight and very uncostly. Let's just throw on a whole crap ton of them. That way we can just deploy them and we know that it'll be safe. Let's see if I can bring it up a little bit. Yeah, let's put it on the battery so it doesn't get in the way of the nose cones. And actually, a couple of quick improvements we're going to do real quick. I think we might not have enough stability control on some of this. So let's go ahead and double up on some of these and just put another medium there. We have, I believe we have two small ones up here, right? What are these? Put these up, torque enabled. Yeah, so those are two small reaction controls up there. Honestly, I might want to, I think that's a battery right there, right? So that'll be fine. That'll be fine. But what I want to do is as well put a couple on these down here as well. These are mediums. Nice. Now that'll give us a lot more control over everything while we, you know, try to take off and hopefully keep the wobble out like of the whole ship in general and keep it in check. But let's go ahead and actually launch it now and see where we go with this. Yeah, let's just give it a try. A nice beautiful day, evening, or whatever it is, afternoon to take off in. Looking glorious. No, it's wobbling a tiny bit, but not much. But let's give her a go. I don't know if these two thrusters are going to be enough, so I might have to activate the main engine right away. It's not enough. I'll activate the main engine. Yep. We did not move at all with that. Oh, we seem to have a little bit of a spin right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not going as planned. Okay. Hang on. Back to the vamp. Back to the vamp. So that definitely likes to tip over for some reason. Dang, and I even put in all that reaction control specifically for that reason, to make sure that that would not happen. However, maybe we just need wings? We might just need wings. Probably just need wings. But it's being a little funky. Work with me here. There we go. Let's scroll out and see if we can put this on both sides of... Well, I kind of have the fence in my face while I place these because I have to be so far back to look down there. Gonna have to wait for that new mouse. I can't wait, then I'll actually be able to scroll up and down the rocket properly. Put a couple wings down there as well. Keep it all stable. Now, I think the problem is, first of all, let's get the main engine going at the same time as the other two. As we saw, it's not enough on its own. But it still seems to be really wobbly the second it, like, fires. So I'm going to try to strut. Maybe let's bring it down to 2. I'm going to try to strut this to the main fuselage. And maybe that'll keep it from wobbling too much. If we just get the top part section, like, figured out. And the same, let's go for these. Oh, I don't know if that actually worked. Let's go ahead and... There we go. Do it again. Might just be doubled up now, but that's fine. But go ahead and put more strength and reinforcements. Work with me here, please. It should actually be on this other one. Do it from this other one to the center. There we go. It should all be fully stabilized now, right? I wonder if even doing something as silly as... No, that's all one field tank, so I don't even have to do something like that. I don't know if this will mess with the decoupler. I really hope it doesn't. It might. But let's go ahead and do that to keep that all sturdy. Let's give it another try. Let's go to the launch pad. This should go a lot better. Should. So let's go ahead and reactivate the SES. We got stability on. We got 3 pilots. We're looking good. It's all a little bit more stable now. All 3 are firing at the same time. And ready, set, go. Nice. We're staying more on the center. We're doing really good, actually. Really good. Compared to last time, this is... Yeah, there's like 0 wobble now. That got rid of a lot of it. It just kind of strutted here at the top. Yeah, I guess a lot of people were complaining that there is no auto strut right now, but again, early access, they barely even have any parts in it. They don't have the science in here. They don't have the water physics in here. It's just all a static image, you know, like... There's a lot that they have to add, but this is why it's early access, so we can report all these bugs to them, and still love playing what we're doing right now, and getting beautiful sights like this, as we just burn our eyes looking at that. How high am I right now? Kinda up there. I keep forgetting that they have it down here in the bottom left. That is such a nice touch compared to the old KSP. So, I want to start leaning over soon, and it looks like it's trying to do it for me automatically. I'm trying to keep it stable, though. I don't want it to lean too much, because I'm afraid it'll just start going out of control. Our side boosters will be running out soon, so I guess I should start tipping over. Our apoapsis is already at 60,000, yeah, so let's start pushing out our orbit. More down, point more down. Our apoapsis is already in space, is at like 90,000, so it's full horizontal it. A little unruly, doesn't like to stay on target, I'll tell you what. Okay, side boosters are done, detach those. It controls maybe a little bit better now. Not much. Still full horizontal. We're gonna be running out of fuel on this one soon. You know what? Let's actually save our fuel. 0 throttle it. Time warp a little bit up to our apoapsis. And let's do it a little bit before, because it's going to take time to do this burn. Let's stay on prograde and then just fire. Not time warp. We need to resume and full throttle. Use the last bit that we have to get the most out of it. Push that orbit all the way out as far as we can. We're already at 132,000 right now, or about. I mean, we're currently at 130,000, but our apoapsis is at 132. So we're golden on that front. We just need to now actually get ourselves into a full orbit. And let's go ahead and activate these engines. I did activate them. I don't know why they're not going. I'm afraid that if I hit the next button, it'll decouple them. So let's not do that. Okay, for some reason they didn't activate. There we go. Perfect. These tiny little skipper engines, let's see what they can really do. We're at our max apoapsis, so we should be getting the most bang out of our buck in terms of delta V. I think we'll make it in time. We can even give it a little bit of a time warp. I think even while we're boosting, right? Yep, I can put in ×2, ×3. Watch as it pushes it out. Wait for it. Keeping an eye on our fuel, because we still have to get all the way out to the Mun and back, so maybe we won't have enough fuel. But at this point, we just have to keep pushing out our orbit until we get to the same orbital plane as the Mun. Our inclination is off by quite a bit. We're at -9. So it's kind of a little bit substantial, but we should have enough to cancel that out. Alright, so we're about halfway in our fuel. And it's going to start exponentially pushing out faster and faster because it kind of compounds in on itself. The faster you go, the further it goes. And then the further you go out, the less the gravity affects you, so you stop getting pulled in as much. And then start getting affected by another body's gravity, which pulls you in towards that direction. So yeah, it kind of exponentially just grows on itself the way orbital mechanics work sometimes. But again, don't take my word for it. I'm no scientist. So I think that's right about good. Let's go a little bit over. Yeah, there we go. Now it's starting to say that we're meeting with it. Because now what I want to do, I want to get to this inclination. Let's go and say time warp to this point. We're going to need to point... I think we need to point anti-normal. We need to point down, right? Because we need to push our whole angle down. The reaction wheels seem to be working a lot better in this stage, which is good. So let me just give a tiny bit of a boost to make sure this number goes slower. Yeah, okay, it's going back down to 0. Let's time warp a little bit to get closer to it. Because at this point, what this point right here is the exact point where it meets the same orbital line as the moon. So if I start changing my orbital plane at this point, I'll meet the same line as that plane. So that's why this is the most efficient point to start doing it at. That way, when I get all the way out to my apoapsis, I can push out my periapsis, my lowest point, out to meet the same orbit as the moon, or a little bit less, so that way I'll eventually meet up with it. So let's go ahead and start getting this canceled out. I think we're close enough. Oh, we're still in pause. Yeah, a little bit throttle. Let's just go full throttle. We're not going to overshoot it, I don't think. It seems to be escaping us a little bit, so let's do, yeah, a little bit more of a time warp to get closer. Slow it down, unpause, now give it full throttle. Now tiny bit of throttle, tiny bit, till it reaches 0. 0 throttle it, nice, perfect. Let's say, give us a time warp. I want to say, I like to do it right before the point because I've already seen it once kind of overshoot the point when you time warp too close to it. So I kind of wait for it to get slower, then you can tilt the time warp again. Nice. Let's go prograde. You're getting a full moon travel video out of this one. We're going all the way there and all the way back, so it's going to be a little bit of a longer one. That's for certain. But I guess I might cut out some parts. Just to cut out a little bit more of the boring travel in between. Let's go ahead and give it a full throttle up here. And a 1, 2, 3, go. We kind of want to push it out until it says that we're going to meet the moon. I mean, technically speaking, I could just... This right here would already be enough to meet the moon. It's just, I don't know how many orbits I would have to wait for that to happen. So this is a little bit of wasted fuel at the moment, but I'm doing this to kind of make the chances more likely, I suppose. But it does also help your, like, coming in towards the moon. Oh, let's slow down. It has us doing an encounter. How it's going to do it, it looks like it's going to have us come in on one side, orbit around real tight, and slingshot away. But that'll be perfect, because if my orbit is low enough, I don't know what it's saying my periapsis is going to be. Oh. Trying to hover over it, see if it'll work with me here. 170,000 meters, it looks like, just above the moon, so that's not too bad. No, periapsis. I don't know. Let's give it a look. It says that we're going to meet up with the moon, so let's go meet up with the moon. You can hear the drums in the background. Bump, 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 bump. Okay, we're coming in fast. Maybe a little bit too fast. Slow down. Oh no, we might not slow down in time. No! Alright, back at this with a second attempt. I did have to do a little bit of a weird autosave load back That, sadly, it was before we even did our inclination change, so I had to redo the orbit. But here we are with a second attempt. I think it's going to be a little bit similar to the last one, so we're about to fall into the orbital plane. And this time, I'm going to be a lot more careful landing this thing. Oh, wow, that's actually different. So this is actually doing what I thought it was going to do last time, where I thought I was just kind of like arcing over of the orbits. Let's go ahead and slow this down, get into retrograde. So we still might be able to do something similar to last time, where we're going to come in real shallow first. Let's get her down to about, let's say about, yeah, that's pretty good. Right around 17,000. Watch as we fall into the moon. As it gets closer and closer. Essentially just falling into his gravity well. Okay, we're getting close, getting close. We're looking for 17,000. Okay, we're at 20,000 now. Let's go ahead and start spinning ourselves around. Yeah, we're getting close. So coming around this direction, if we slow down, we should be able to go for that same target, except now we're coming from the opposite direction. I think before we were coming from over this side, but now we're coming from the other side. Nice. Okay, that works. Yeah, we're zooming by right now at only 550 meters per second, so that's not a whole lot, but fast enough, that's for certain. I want to get right over this edge. Yep, here it is. And now I think this is when I want to start actually decelerating. Yeah, let's go ahead and get out of time warp. And by the time we turn around, it'll be time to start boosting. Let's go ahead and get out our landing gear. No real reason yet, but why not? Whoa, what just happened there? What just happened there? That was funky. Something acted like we just hit it. That was like I just smacked something in the middle of the air. Well, don't be doing that now when I'm coming in for a landing. That was weird. Nothing seemed to have broken off. Maybe it was one of the solar panels? Perhaps. Start bleeding off all this speed. And this time, I'll let it bleed off as much as I can and then just let us drop. That'll be a lot more controllable. Oh, it just did it again. It just did it again. It acted like I hit something. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Start slowing down. Start slowing down. We're not gonna crash again. We're not gonna crash again. Okay. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. Finesse the throttle. Finesse the throttle. We still have 200 meters to go, so let's start a little bit less throttle. Up, 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 up. Slowly, slowly. Let's not even do retrograde. Let's just... Oh, okay. Nope. Yeah, let's not even do retrograde. Let's just tiny... Keep it center. We still have enough fuel. We still have enough fuel to just barely do this. I don't care if we end up landing at 4 miles per hour. As long as we land safely. Just a tap more in the... Yep, just a tap. Just a very big tap on the engines. Wait, do zero throttle and zero throttle it. Keep her steady, keep her steady. Quit bouncing. Digi-D's, we did it! We've landed on the Mun. We've landed on it. Standing tall and proud. Ignoring exactly what it looks like, but we have made it and landed on the Mun. That is a victory. And now the question is how to get home, but we may as well go explore a little bit. Let's go ahead and give Milgy the first look around. Your curb... Wait, oh crap. What was the voice that gave Paige? Oh no. Oh no, what was the voice that gave Paige? Your Kerbal is now outside of your vehicle doing an EVA or extra vehicle activity. You can move them around either on foot or by developing their jetpack. Well, thank you, Paige. I think that's the same voice. I believe so. So, board B, okay, space to let go. And then, how do I do the jetpack? Okay, it's R. Nice. I'm doing it. I'm EVAing. Got my little Kerbal with a little jetpack. Oh boy, you did not slow down in time. Jump around and boost around. Oh, can I plant a flag? Hang on. Plant flag. Yes, site name. Digitized Kirby's. Kirby's. Black text. Our first Mun landing. Oh, we've done it, DigiDs. With their Digi Kirby's. We've done it. Plant flag. Oh, that is fantastic. And it has our agency name on it. That in itself might even be a little bit of a thumbnail. Let's see if I can get her to spin around. Yeah, look at that. We made it. All right, but now we still need to get home though. That's still going to be our question. But before we go, we need to hang on. Hold on. Nice. Beat aboard. Perfect. But before we go, let's activate all the solar panels. Extend panels. And then extend panels. Nice. Extend these antennas. And extend this antenna. Ooh, kind of in the way of that solar panel a little bit, but oh well. Now this should be a little tiny relay station that we've left behind on the moon. Perfect. We don't need to decouple those at all. So can I decouple this and, you know, let's drop down a save. Let's decouple ourselves. And then let's activate the engine. Yep, okay, that works, that works. It stayed, it's still one piece. I forget what direction I need to go. Okay, let's go ahead and cancel that out right now. Because I need to find out which way I need to go. Which way are you, Earth? Kerbin? Let's just go ahead and get a lot of speed. Let's get up and out of this atmosphere. My apoapsis is gonna be, let's get up to like 100,000. I do not have a lot of fuel. This is what I was worried about. I'm not seeing an orbit line for some reason, so I actually have no idea how this is going to work. It's not showing me an orbit line. We are flying blind. We are flying blind, boys. I think we're just gonna have to go ahead and just pray, I think, or something, I suppose. Okay, we are coming back down. Let's go ahead and give a cheeky reload. So I think I understand what's going on here. We're gonna have to wait until we get up to our apoapsis. Our apoapsis right now is 576,000. So, but we just need to pay then attention to our altitude right now. Let's wait until we get up to that 576. Okay, we're at 540, 50, 60. Good enough. Let's go ahead and slow that down. Let's go prograde. Let's burn some to get us out of this, like, orbit. I think that just threw me out even further, though. I can't see where the orbit line is going. Am I? No, I'm still in orbit of the moon. So let's go ahead and let's try this. Let's try this. I'm going to come around on my orbit on this side, right? So if I push out my orbit going that way, that'll be retrograde for Kerbin, right? That'll be perfect. So if I can slingshot myself out of the moon's orbit going that direction, it should slow me down for my descent trying to get back to Kerbin. Okay, there we go. We have a descent, or, you know, we have our way out. I don't know where that's going to put us. Our apoapsis is 9.3 and our periapsis is 23.45. Okay, that's not bad. Where are we right now? We are going down towards the periapsis. Let's come around. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's not bad. Okay, let's wait until we get to our apoapsis. We're flying blind. We still don't have our orbit lines, but we can run it by numbers. we're looking at our elevation above ground right here, and we're just looking at our apoapsis numbers down here at the bottom. Get close to 372. There we go. Good enough, good enough. So slow on down. Go to prograde. No, retrograde. Because now we can just start bringing down our periapsis with what little fuel we have. We want to aim for the atmosphere. Let's put our periapsis all the way down to something like 60. No, let's do something a little bit more subtle. Let's say like 62, because as we hit the atmosphere a little bit, it is going to slow us down and take us down a little bit. And as I start to fire my rockets, let's do a tiny bit more. Okay, just a tiny bit less there. Just run it by numbers. Our periapsis should put us into the atmosphere a tiny bit. Let's wait until we get down to 58,000 or so. We're about to hit it. The ground seems to be kind of going up and down. We might be going over some mountains right now. So I'm not exactly sure where that puts our periapsis then, because that seems to be jumping. But we should be able to just use all of our fuel here to just kill off any speed that we have. And let's go ahead and throw this away. Get a good spin on her. Hang on. Hang on. And I don't know what's going on, but detach. There we go. Did I accidentally activate my parachutes? Oh boy, I hope not. No? Okay, they're still there. That's good. I still have my main chute as well. The staging was being a little funny there for some reason. But we're coming into the surface now. I hope we have a heat shield right now. Although I could have swore I remember them saying that they haven't added re-entry heating yet in this, which I'm a little disappointed by, but I suppose we're about to find out. Although coming in at 2,000 miles per hour, that's not necessarily too fast, but we should see some atmospheric heating go around us. Although it looks like those rumors are true, because I'm not seeing any re-entry heating stuff going on right now. Still amazing, though, that we have managed to make a full trip to come all the way back to the moon and here with just barely enough fuel to do so. I was worried about that last stage. Really was. But next time we should go take a look at Minimus and hope that our orbit lines don't mess up. So we're getting kind of close. No, not pause. Let's have it keep on going down. Let's activate the drogue chutes. They won't, like, fully deploy until the very end anyway. The same for this main chute. So right now they're just helping still give us a little bit of drag, as you can see our speed decreasing. And they should activate in these last like 800 to like 700 meters. Yep. There we go. GGDs, we have made it. Went all the way to the moon. We built the rocket in last episode, went to the moon and back, even through a couple of glitches, crashed only once. But here we are, coming back and splashing down on Kerbin in a beautiful sunrise, not sure, into the plastic-looking ocean. You know, again, early access. You're going to hear me say that 1,000 times because I cannot reiterate enough that they are trying their best. And you know what? Hey, that's not half bad. Last time that we saw it was just fully static. This stuff actually has some movement to it. But nice, we have made it back, DGDs. Well, thank you all for clicking and watching this video along with me. You know, hey, if you find yourself coming back and watching more, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below on what the type of stuff you want to see me do next. I might do another episode of Shipbreaker and take a look at some other stuff. We did have a Halo series going on, but now that Kerbal Space Program 2 has come out, it is, man, I've just been love playing this as I spin myself around here in the background. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.